Fights out and pushes on into dark trees. A young female reaches out and picks up the carved horse. Ooh. Interesting. I don't know what this means. I've never seen continued in a slug line before. You might say deeper into the forest or something. I don't know. Or even just later, right here, later. Mystery girl. I would probably capitalize her unless, I mean, I would give her a name even though she's a mystery girl, or capitalize. Even up here, you have a young female hand, but then you say she, so you need to somehow make this into a real identity, a mystery hand belonging to a young female, or I don't know, something. I didn't keep watch as my fault. Again, so she's a mystery girl and now she's a girl, so just make it consistent. Oh, now we're at the present. So now, how old was Odin before? Relatively little. So, yeah, now present day, or I mean, more likely you would say however many years later. That would, I think, be less confusing. Sis brood in the channel of a small theory. Cow-like grandmother lays a hand on his cheek. You have all these orphan. That's funny. Not funny, but you cut every log for the new log house this summer. Is she telling this to him because he doesn't know it, or for the audience? A shadow of antlers. What does this mean? Beware? Aware? Beware? Or a werewolf? I don't know. Throws back the hut door. Throws open or slams shut. I think he throws open or something. But it's an odd sound. Leaps and tackles the monster into the snow. Dark figures wrestle. Dark figures who we already know who they are, but the antler monster appears to break in half. What does the monster look like? Does he look like a deer or like, an elk or something with antlers, or what does it look like? It would be nice to know. A bearskin flops loose. From the monster roars, lifts the body and tosses it, picks up another form. Hold brother. Oh, damn. But is that as far as you could throw me? Oh, they were tricking him. And we'll kill you one day. We met them briefly, I think. As I recall, or they got mentioned maybe. I don't know if 2 people is enough to create a dog pile. I think you might need 6 or 8. straddles on the chest. The chest torture your weakness. You will giggle like a girl. I mean, this is all exposition for the audience's sake. So I would say he either doesn't say anything. I mean, why does he have to say it? I don't think he has to say it. Please stop, please. Stand and knock, snow have come. It's the first night of Yuletide. The kids are at your longhouse. They want to hear some songs and stories. Yes, and after the children, we are sneaking. Yes, and after the children, we are sneaking away for a party. And after the children, feels like maybe a comma or something is needed there. Stogan is bringing his new batch of mead. They say he used lingonberries. I'm not in the mood. You see that every year. Freya will be there, and Frigga found some mistletoe. Are these the same person, Freya and Frigga? Are they like twins or something? Twins, Basil. Villa makes loud, wet, smoochy sounds. Odin pushes he picks up the antlers and bearskin and heads for the hut. It's forbidden Yule fires, and Freya doesn't like me. We know hope hurts, but who cares about I think he has a fear that someone somewhere might be happy. Jump on his back. Blocks his way. This sounds too modern to me. Come, you'll drink me, you'll get happy. Fearlock House. The long horse there. The children of Furlock cheering around and they jump on him, hanging off him. Fakes breaks into a wild smile. He swings and tosses and tickles the kids. Is he? I assume he's tall. He's not just muscular. Is he like The Rock, or is he like Andre the Giant? Or he puts Rory on his shoulder. Dagfinn. Jeez, these names are just. I guess you got the Norse thing going on. It's hard, but man, it just makes it. I mean, you got a big cast, and just with these odd names, I think it becomes a little bit laborious to read. Frigga. Oh, Frigga is 13. What's the one that? Oh, Freya. Okay, Frigga. A child in her lap. Child like 3 or 4, 5, 8. Her eyes glow as she looks at Odin. His lap. Sing the Yuletide song. Yo, 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 the winter's darkest night. Singing and acting out the words. Stood. Woods and stood. Yo, yo, home whips, and it's a song. Everyone pauses. The children shiver, listening. Odin wouldn't let the scaly wolves hurt us. Oh, it's a little kid talking. If we had a decent Yule log, those wolves would dare come to our you hush, Dagfinn. You hush, comma, Dagfinn. You hush, Dagfinn. Dark a moment, make us a joyous service. There's really no. I just realized Odin lost that carved horse, and there's no indication that he knows or knew or that it was a big deal or any memory of it. I guess maybe it doesn't matter. I'm guessing it will appear again. Once no time upon a time. Huh. Fire met ice, shocked Sasmir. Oh, Mir the giant spring out, gasp and recoiled. The drops became more giants. Rar, but that giant was nothing to me. With my axe, I used his blood to make the sea. Yikes. His skin made the dirt, his hair made the forest, his brains made the clouds, his skull made the sky. I like the skin. Well, skin made the dirt, I guess maybe. Hair made the forest. Odin shows the carving of the giant is crude and botched when like snaps off. Oh, he carved it. Okay, takes it in front. I can make poetry, but don't. Odin shrugs. That's not where you would write that. Sneak up and lift him up by the arms. Come on, brother. Come on, comma, brother. Story time is over. Time for some mead. And some maids. Oh, pulling something out the door. Freya up, stunning and dressed revealingly, turns and looks at Freya. Why is she coming? Let her come this year. She has the mistletoe. Freya swishes by. He gulps, follows her with his eyes. Freya is the older one, all right. Wood cutting yard. A small fire burns in the firefly looks at the. They said, pass me over. Vila. Vila is drinking the whole cask. Oh, Vila is, okay, teens. Fulla, I guess we know who that is. He's laughing joke, a little tipsy. Well, the stagger's a little passing. The horn to Odin. Odin licks his lips and drinks. Odin. Odin is draining the sea. He wins as always. His eyes cross under the... Leans against the woodstack with the party. Still slipping meat. Frigga pops up behind him. Imitates Odin's pose, leaning against the woodstack. You like Freya. Gives her you think I can't kiss because I'm not gorgeous like her. Starts a drink, grabs a drinking horn, drinks, wipes her mouth. I've been a bad girl. So I should have given this to you from the first. But shrugging, it's you. Oh, pulls the wrap. So that was the girl. So I wonder how young she was. Must have been pretty young if she's only, what, 13 now or 14? You followed me that night. So now he's realizing, okay, you've got to quit following me. What's it matter now? Turns back. Size closes the box. Closes her box. Fulla plain. Oh, Fulla is here, but didn't you introduce Fulla back somewhere back here? Fulla. Yep. All right. Just need to fix that. Unless it's two people with the same name. Bill, watch her staring. He falls away. Frigga, where is it? Mistletoe. Frigga opens her eyes. Who will kiss Fulla? Lantern, red teeth, push forward, picks on the cheek. Above a skinny boy. A curvy girl quickly guys and pins with a deep kiss. Everyone cheers. The skinny boy takes him as a toll around the circle, deciding he holds it open for everyone who's another. Licks his lips, he starts to get up. Freya shoves handsome boy forward. He pulls on Freya. He kisses her awkwardly at first, but she pulls him close and French kisses him. So, Freya and the handsome boy, okay? He's left encouragement. Orin glares at Freya's eyes and Frigg notices the horse still in his hand. He rubs the first rune. He remembers Bolter's lips. He remembers? About the love thing. I don't know how you show that visually. Let the spell of fiery love land on me like a beautiful dove. Flash sticks and sparks. What the? Plucks mystical from the stands right from them and holds it above her own hand. Her breasts are heaving, kisses her, and she kisses him back and hands. He kisses him all over. Teens encourage him. Frigga fumes. The making out gets embarrassing. Pushes himself between them. You two need to get under Lover's Bridge. I guess this is like get a room. Locked on Odin. His eyes are locked on hers. They are besotted. Besotted runs the second rune. Rune rubs the second rune. Forever love Odin. I don't think. Mead leaps out of the cup to form the shape of the rune. Light begins to stream onto Freya. Bring the spell that cannot be unwoven. Send us. Offspring snaps everyone. Jump the room, dissolves the knees, flash on the ground. The spell is incomplete. Hey, what the? And huge henchman, an ugly henchman, breaking the circle. His whiz on along again. Whack, ugly henchman kicks, scares. Tuesday, what does it hurt? You want to summon walls of them? You. What's this? A kissing plant? Oh, the kissing plant. We are Norse. Cold is nothing else. We don't need fire. What's a little fun at midwinter, maybe hyphenated. No fun, no kissing. He almost to himself. Hope hurt. Henchman poured the meat onto the fire. It'd be funny if the meat made it roar higher because it's so alcoholic. He's right. Those who live on hope die of starvation. Ooh, that's very, very philosophic. Right on a pile of hay. So they're back at it. Frida's top slips half off. Worn out horse looks at them askance. Odin. Oh, Frigga's there. Tries to pull him back. Don't call me that. I'll get lost. I don't know. You know she doesn't really love you. Besides, I have something important to tell you in private. They kiss again. A pitchfork says him in the butt. He grabs a pitchfork and jerks it in the pile. Awkward glance. Oh, little swamp girl, go home to mommy. She doesn't have a mother. Remember, I love you so much, and I need you. Kiss me when you're wrong. Someone kisses him off my kisses. What is it really? Frank, you following me? The horse. Have you thought about it? Obviously, as you can see, I use the glow. And when you get the spell, so the carving's made of little light. Thank yes. Him off and shakes my shoulder. Yule wood. He stares at Frank. He pushes Frank back from the bounce of lines. Holds it out. I should count. You were mentioning, I just thought of it, that the page count was a lot less when you did it than 147. And I'm just wondering if, in fact, this is not format. I mean, it looks about right to me. So, so this is sort of a big deal. It just, I mean, this, I enjoy reading this and everything. It just feels like from where I started reading again approximately to now is about 15 pages and kind of into the second act, I would think, and fun and games and the adventure really goes, and this kind of just feels a little slow to me. Like, I mean, there's kind of this pseudo love interest with the casting of the spells and then the reveal of Frigga having the horse and all that, and then the two brothers coming and all that, but I don't really feel like it's narratively strong and pushing ahead like it did all of those opening pages. Obviously, it typically, mellows out a little bit, but I don't really feel where the story's going. I guess that's the point. Pulls the figurine out of his pocket, holds it out. By Bolthers, a Yolgro. With just all these odd words, it just... I guess I maybe if I saw it instead of was reading it, it would be easier to say. Carving. The 8-legged horse carving is winking with gold light. Not sure what that means. Holds a carving form, divining location. So it's literally glowing, I guess. Facing the Frigga in the midnight light. We'll focus on the current, banks his head on a branch. Well, his head gets banged by a branch. It's not like he's going, ooh, and headbutting it. So maybe reword that. Look, there is a small fiery light. So passive, a small fiery light appears deep in the forest. A wall of magical sparkling tree stands before them, but it seems dim behind a curtain of mist. Long takes a long breath. His eyes are damp at the corner, looking for you. Thank you. What are you waiting for? It's the 12th night before Yule. Bam, lights burst. Bam. That's more like something gets hit. Physically, light I don't connect light with bam, but I guess if it gets knocked on his rear, then there's some energy behind it. Checks if Odin is unhurt. I don't understand that. She checks if Odin is okay. Kneels beside him. Checks to see if he's okay, I guess. They think a moment. Okay. Frigga touches the horse still in hand. Stands and rubs her own for reverse spell. How would we know that? What another has spelled, let it now be quelled. Oh, tricky. The period should be inside the parenthesis or the quote there. Leaves from the forest floor form the rune in the air. Swish of light from the leaves from the grove brighten. They step forward. The groove glimmers with silvery iridescence. Ooh, I like that imagery. The trees moan and sigh. Oh, sway, almost seeming to bow. Step forward and feels unclear in his foot. He reaches down. He finds a weapon with Oh, suddenly they're shaking a crack, a rippling, a shrugging, almost like a deep moan of pain. A human being about the way as it crashes down. So now, obviously, it's picking up here in the last few pages, so that's nice. Approaches and touching watches. Rises with anger and anguish contorting his face. He rises. Head up. There's X spelled inconsistently again. Chops mightily. So we cut. All right, so we cut to exterior for locking Jones cords. His face twitches. Yeah, it does feel like maybe you, like the word twitches seems like it would easily fit here. Maybe not. With his antlers. Her hellness is coming now. Why? So the Hellsteed swoops down. Three-legged steed lands, bearing Helen or Marna sings. His wind and cold wash over him. He cowers before the horse. Hell's twisted to Yo, your highness, I stopped them from celebrating and put out the young one's fire. That is no matter. Something has awakened the Yule Grove. A little log is burning. How could that be? We'll stop it immediately, Elonis. I told you they must be punished so you'll never happens again. I guess I still don't 100% get Yule. It feels like it needs defining maybe early on to make it crystal clear. Again, I would not put this kind of thing in parenthetical information. Yes, the child, I picked one out for you, the hell horse. No comma needed there. Rears on its 3 legs. It rears on its 3 legs. Interesting. Swings her bladed staff. No, I want all the children by your deadness. It's kind of comical that he keeps calling her different things. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I want that girl. What's her name? The pretty one for you. Want for your butt? Yes, I will go. I'll see how long. Bring me the children for you. The people must never consider hope for you again. Hope hurts. Swings the poleaxe, making room. I would just do a search and replace, however you're going to spell that. The damn log is burning. It's a pain in my bones. Horse are in the trees. Someone picks up himself like he's picking up. Picks up a rodent by his coat with 2 fingers. I don't know that you need the simile there about the small doll. Home faces large belly, as if testing. Rodent's eyes widen in fear. Odin bears a glowing yule log as large as a wagon on his shoulders down the main street in front of the dragon's evergreen tree behind him. A cheering parade begins to form. Are these, I guess, I didn't ask, but these are people. They're not like CG, I don't know what kind of prosthetics or whatever they're going to be wearing. I'm just, my mind goes to the budget, and this is obviously a big-ish budget and a spec big-ish budget script or a whatever it would turn out to be is a mighty mountain to climb. All right, montage. Odin dumps a giant long veal and it with torches that erupts and glowers flame lighting along. All people dance, jigs, and warm their seats. Other girls Fulla. Okay, brings down the red and green mistletoe hung and many kiss an old toothless couple against all and Frigga kisses handsome life. She looks wolves outside see the light and hear the celebration. They whimper and cower away and some small gifts. So it's basically Christmas. Gulps meat, hiccups, children are hanging on him. He tries to carve toys. So is he, it seemed like somewhere in your pitch you mentioned him being like Santa Claus, but I guess I don't totally get that sense. If I wouldn't have read that, log line. Like this, I mean, yeah, it feels like that's a long ways from the bottom of the page. Like this should fit here. Bragging to a girl, that doesn't really belong there, I wouldn't think. He's our brother Odnia, you know. Raised and play toys on it. Roy is lifted by Frigga. So Frigga lifts Roy up to place an ornament. Look, dust, the sun. I mean, he places it, and so he doesn't need to place it again, I don't think. Yes, Roy will come back in spring. On the last, arranges his last egg, and he pours me down his throat and shirt in a montage. The wolf howl as loud as 100 wolf whales. Longhorns crashes inward. Oh dear, they storm. They rip down everything and stomp on the toys. I mean, when you think of, I like that this is like very concisely written, but if you think about that, you know, a page a minute and everything, they rip down the tree and stomp on toys. How long is that going to take? I mean, the way it's written, it literally takes a second or two, which is probably not quite right, but that's a small thing. You all know. This is a classic. You all know. They all know, so why is he telling them? That is always a classic. This is foolishness. Better no hope than false hope. Smacks little boy with his sticks bundle. Pull out that damn log. The ugly henchman begins to go from his shoulders. Douses the log, plunging all into darkness. Ugly henchman. Oh, there's an ugly and there's a huge commotion. Also scream and cry. Whispering sounds. A child's hands tied in heavy rope. Tied with heavy rope? A string of children are pulled. Oh dear. There we go. Passive again. I would just go through and, I mean, it's just up to you, obviously, but I would change all of those passive sentences. Leers at her and pushes her down in the snow. She spits his face, slaps her, stumbles out of the woods. He weaves and totters. His lips are blubbery. I shall shave you. He takes a while to speak. You can't hold your mate on. Kept her tongue and children before. So they're taking the children captive for some reason. Lopes in the clearing, sniff the air, smells. I've kind of forgotten who this is, but it's either a wolf or I guess it's a wolf of some sort. His red eyes. I know. Yep, steps out behind where her beautiful side showing. Ah, the boy that loves mead. The boy that loves mead again. I don't know if she even would need to say any of this. Whoops, sorry, I just meant this. Down to there. I hope you enjoyed your brief Yule. You and your fathers will never see hope again. Ragnarok is nigh. Your wholeness of children are ready. So they're going to sacrifice him or something? Turns a hideous side to Odin and Jonathan Wilson. Someday he will be your morsel. Oh, talking about, okay, monsters will sit there and falls a track. Hell slapping him with a poleaxe. Hell steams roars before a sleigh with a barred cage on it. Oh dear. Cage, that's not good. Caresses her cheek. My, you are the level, go to hell. We will, my pretty, and you might learn to like it. All right, I'm going to, wow, that's as much as I read the first night. I guess I read it faster. I didn't make near as many comments. So up to page 46, again, this is sort of I'm very structurally minded in terms of Save the Cat or other things that basically say, you know, if it's 120 pages, then you got Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 at certain points, and certain things happen more or less. This being so long, I'm trying to really, well, I'd have to go back and look at sort of the turning points and the beats. And I mean, again, I guess it's interesting. It feels now like this section is more like a TV show where things are kind of happening, but it's taking its time. Like this would be episode 3 or episode 2, and it would just be a kind of a breather from the mad craziness, and things kind of are amping up again with the children and all that. But still an interesting story. Maybe felt a little, I wouldn't say lackluster. What is the word that would come before lackluster? I don't know. Anyways, nice work. I will continue. I don't know when, but I shall.